Yo guys, what is going on? Insanity coming at you today. Welcome to the official launch day of Update 1.5. Survival is officially here for everyone over on Xbox One and PC. Now, don't worry guys, everyone over on PlayStation, it's just taking a few more days for Update 1.5 to officially launch over on the PlayStation 4. The console certification and getting the patch out is taking a little bit longer than they expected, but they said it will be out by the end of the week, so do not fear. 1.5 is almost here for you as well. And for everyone out there that sat there and said and just blasted over on, social media and all this other stuff that Survival was not going to make it out in time for Christmas or even in the 2016 year calendar, don't worry. Officially, Survival is launching on PlayStation 4 on December 20th. So if you haven't already started making your list for Santa Claus and being like, yo, I want the Division for Christmas with a season pass, now is the time to do it because Survival is out 5 days before Christmas Day. There you have it, guys. But more importantly, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about all the new stuff that's going to be included in Update 1.5, the stuff that I'm really looking forward to, what I plan on grinding for, and of course, how to get it. Let's do this, guys. Let's go. Alright guys, the first thing I really wanted to go ahead and get into with Update 1.5 is perhaps it's the most overlooked thing and perhaps the most requested portion of this entire update for the longest time now. I think it's way back to like 1.2 we've been making this suggestion to Massive, and they finally caught on, they listened, they finally got the server situation fixed, and now our stash size is doubling. It's more than doubling. We're getting 150 slots now in our stash, so it's jumping from 70 to 150, so you're not having to dismantle or sell all your stuff if you don't want to anymore. You're gonna have a ton more space to go ahead and try and save that specific gear to try and create that perfect build for another character, or swapping back and forth between characters. Whatever you want to do, you're gonna be able to do that now thanks to the huge stash increase. So thank you, Massive, for that. We've been waiting for that for a very, very long time. Now with Update 1.5, we're getting a total of 12 brand new weapons with unique talents, which is something that's really, really awesome. And all these weapon types, they're going to drop exclusively in Tier 5, so do keep that in mind. You do have to be in World Tier 5 to try and unlock these things. So that's where all the 256 gear is. So each of these weapons are going to be 256 gear score weapons, so do keep that in mind. First things first, perhaps the one that was leaked a long time ago and the first PTS we ever had, the MG5, the light machine gun. That thing is still a beast. Get meticulous on that thing and just start to wreck house with it. It's going to be crazy. There's the infantry MG5 LMG as well, the FAMAS assault rifle, which I'm really looking forward to trying picking up. I think it's going to be a blast to run around with this other gun that I'm really looking forward to, and that is the UMP. There's the police UMP, and there's the tactical UMP that they're going to be running around with. There's the Model 700 marksman rifle, the tactical marksman rifle, and the carbon marksman rifle version of the M700. That moves us on over to the converted USC, the snub-nosed Rhino that everyone was all excited for, the regular Rhino, the specialist version of the Rhino, and the most interesting handgun I think we've had in quite some time. This is really taking me back to like the Raffica from like MW2 days, and that is a burst fire pistol called the 93R pistol. I'm really excited to see how that thing works out in the Division. I got it on like the last day of the PTS, so I never really got a chance to get, utilize it and play with it and try and test it out because I was so excited about just trying to finish up Survival one last time, and I never got around to actually finishing it. So jumping into the full game and having my own play sessions and trying to play it at my own speed the way I want to is going to be making all the difference in the world. I'm gonna finish Survival today. It's gonna happen. Launch day, it's gonna happen. Now the next thing we're really gonna need to talk about is these new named weapons. Yes, there's more. There's more. This update is huge. All right, we are getting the Golden Rhino, something very, very, very new. The Urban MDR assault rifle. It is the old blind rifle that we never got. The Tommy gun, I know there's a lot of people out there that are looking for that drum Tommy gun. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun to use. And the Thompson M1928, we don't know anything about these things. Very, very little. I can't wait to go hands-on. I'm really excited to go ahead and try and get my hands on the Tommy gun. I think it's going to be fun to use in certain situations where you're just trying to mow down multiple enemies. We'll have to see how that works. And last but not least, there is a huge change to gear. A huge change, okay? I know there's a lot of people out there that really enjoy using gear sets. I'm a huge Striker fan. I'm a Lone Star fan. I love using Alpha Bridge as well. So to try and mesh these together with this perfect type of build that I want to try and create, I need to try and make this so I'm able to have everything but a backpack and gloves, more than likely, is what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and free those two up to try and create a much better version of some type of weird build. I don't know. It's going to take a lot of testing to figure all this out. But more importantly, there's named gear pieces now for the very first time in the division. And it's not gear sets. It's actual gear, boss gear that is going to be dropping. So the way that you're going to be able to get this stuff is through proficiency caches, going through survival, and of course farming the locations of each of these based on the boss name. So do keep that in mind. First things first, Skull's MC gloves. These gloves gives you damage increase by 16% when you're not using any gear set bonuses at all. So no gear set bonuses can be active. So you can only have one piece of gear from each set on in each of your slots with these gloves. Colonel Bliss holster. Hitting a target consecutively with a sidearm increases your weapon damage by 2% for 20 seconds. The effect stacks until 10 shots. After the stacks is consumed and triggers the EMP effect. So after you get 10 shots in, it's going to trigger an EMP effect, and it's going to be really, really awesome. You get that from the General Assembly storage mission. It's I'm going to probably try and grind that one first just to get it out of the way, because I can't stand playing General Assembly. It's such a pain in the ass. The Ninja Bike Messenger Bag. You drop 1 fewer public items and lose 20% less XP when killed in the Dark Zone. For those of you out there who really enjoy going through the Dark Zone and playing PvP, this is something that you may want to have on if you're not running Banshee or anything like that. Barrett's Bulletproof Chest Piece. No skills on cooldown increased by skill power by 10%. 1 skill on cooldown increases damage by 5%. 2 skills on cooldown increases armor by 10%. You get this, of course, from Lexington Event Center. It's going to be really exciting to go ahead and run through that. Shortbow Championship Pads reduces grenade fuse time by 0.2 seconds. So these things are going to be going off even faster when you throw them, which is going to be really, really awesome. Everybody should be able to get their hands on this rather quickly because you get it from Madison Field Hospital. And the last piece of named gear is Pharaoh's Oxygen Mask. User can run and shoot their weapon while burning. That's something that's really, really huge because every time you get set on fire, that's 99% of the time where you get killed by PvE, or at least I do, is because whenever I get set on fire by a cleaner or by some ridiculous, you know, incendiary grenade or something, I always get dropped because of all the other bullets that are flying around me. So being able to defend myself while I'm burning is going to be a huge, huge advantage. Now, the last thing. It's not a named gear piece. It's a full-on gear set. This is a brand new thing that was first introduced way back in the E3 build of the Underground, and it's called Frontline. It's really interesting because it's going to change the way a lot of players decide to go ahead and make their builds for SMGs and all kinds of things. First things first. 2 pieces of Frontline is going to give you 15% protection from elites, alright? Which I think is pretty cool. 3 pieces is going to give you 30% extra ballistic shield health. I think that's going to do really, really well in the Underground. It's going to do great on, you know, heroic mode, just trying to eat up all those extra bullets on your ballistic shield. It's going to be a big help. And what really changes it more than anything else is the 4 pieces. The reason for that is because every time someone has a ballistic shield, when running around with 4-piece or with a ballistic shield, you're stuck using a pistol. That's just what you used. I mean, that's just kind of how it was built. That's how we've always been playing it. And now it is going to completely change because now you're going to be using an SMG with a ballistic shield. Critical hit chance is reduced to 0%. So do keep that in mind. It's going to be all regular shots. You're not going to get any bonus from it. But the fact that you're going to be able to fire off shots that quickly with a ballistic shield, it's basically like blind firing a weapon just without any extra crit hit damage. So do keep that in mind. And yeah, all I can say is, holy crap, that is a lot of stuff coming out for today. This is a huge day. Rejoice, everyone. 1.5 is here. Survival is here. Get in the game, download the update, and start taking back New York for yourself. I'm Insanity. Like if you haven't, sub if you're new, and let's go ahead and then jump back in to the world of the Division and start killing stuff. I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Peace out.